My name is Megan Draghi Eccles, and I am a professor of creative writing for the Humanities program here at JP Catholic. I'm really excited because I see all this potential here because of the strong film background and because most of the students do have that understanding of plot and structure and character and poetry. I mean, the amount of poets we have at this school is incredible. Segueing that into prose is something so special because my sweet spot in terms of what I'm interested in terms of what I know a lot of literary agents are interested in, is that intersection between good writing, strong characters, and still having a plot. What I'm finding here with the JP Catholic students is that they're interested in the intersection of all three. And so I think we have an incredible opportunity here because of the intersection to have students who are producing work that is saleable and beautiful and is going to really, really highlight what John Paul the Great was trying to do with his letter to the artists. Is we're going to have these incredible artists, and we already have incredible artists coming out of here. I am teaching a genre fiction class. The main purpose of this is to help students think outside the box. At most universities, you are limited to writing only literary fiction and literary short stories, but I don't want that. That's not real. That's not what sells. And if our students are going to publish, we want them to be writing what they want to write. We're focusing on mystery and crime, horror, which is one of my favorite genres, science fiction, and fantasy. And so we're reading classic short stories and modern short stories and then figuring out how to deconstruct and write those. And one of my main goals when I'm working with students on their writing, like I did in the novel writing class, is I don't want to tell them what to write. I want them to write exactly what they want to write, and I want to help them make it better and take it to the next level. In the novel writing class, the long form prose, the students were writing science fiction and fantasy. A lot of them were writing YA, some of them were writing suspense and murder, and they were writing all over the board, but we were able to work together as a workshop to make everyone's writing better, regardless of what they were doing. Whereas in a typical program, you would have to write literary fiction or else, and that's just terrible. And then the other class I've taught, and I'm really looking forward to teaching again, is publishing and marketing, which is teaching them how to take their work and sell it and make this a real job, because there's sort of this nebulous opacity when it comes to the publishing world, and I would like to make that as transparent as possible, including having them read some of my own rejections. That was like a real humility thing that I got to do. Giving them the hope that this is possible as long as they don't give up. Publishing is pure perseverance. The people who don't get published are the people who stop writing, and as long as they keep writing, they're gonna make it. My faith is core to my teaching and to my writing. Every decision I have made in my life has been pivotal and based on what God's next step is for me. I have no doubt I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Lord. And, you know, I find sometimes Christian fiction suffers from the big stick. They just want to hit you over the head with it. But what I'm seeing in this student work is that they're able to take the truth and beauty of God and layer it in the fiction, so it's the story of a soul, not the story of perfection. And that has been such a pleasure to explore with them and to talk about Chesterton and Poe and all these different classic writers who are bringing that in and then comparing them to modern writers and seeing those threads of truth that you do have to look a little bit more for, but are still there. I love the students at JP Catholic. That is definitely the best part of teaching here. Not only are the classrooms small and intimate, so we're able to work more one-on-one together. I feel like I have a lot of freedom in my department to teach what I want to teach and help them write what they want to write. I feel lucky every time I get to read their work. I hope to impact students by helping them understand what is possible for them in the career of writing, in what they can do and what they can contribute as artists to the world. Because publishing is such an opaque and scary industry with a lot of rejection and a lot of gatekeepers, it can feel impossible. But there is nothing impossible, and if you are writing good stories filled with truth, beauty, and love, there's no way you can go but straight through it. And I hope that they are able to see that and see their own potential and see that God can often use their narrative voices to impact culture for Christ. And all they have to do is not give up and to keep going.
So a lot of students ask me the question,
I'm an actor.
I'm a producer.
I'm an animator. Why do I
need to study poetry?
if we look back, across human cultural history, we see that these ancient poems have proven themselves to be worthy of study by people even thousands of years later, which is a remarkable thing. We would all love to think that something that we make today is still going to be of interest to somebody in the year 4000.